to have for you to be able to use the sine law?
Like a side and a degree, and then another side, or
A
another
side
degree.
and an angle and another
Oh.
side. Okay, so if you're looking at a side, an angle, and another side, can it be any angle?
No.
What does that have to be?
Opposite.
An opposite angle. Okay, good. So you need to have a side and an opposite angle and another piece of information. Okay, there's no hypotenuse in oblique triangles. Okay, so we're talking right now oblique, right? In oblique, there's nothing called hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent, they're only in what kind of triangles? Huh? Right angle triangles. Okay? Hypotenuse only for right angle triangles. Oblique triangles, you don't have hypotenuse. Now, if you have an angle on its opposite side, we know we're going to use sine law. Okay? So, what if I give you all three sides? Can you still use the sine law? No, right? Because look at this. Let's say if I want to set up. Number one, which two ratios I'm going to use? Exactly. I don't have an answer for that either. Why? Because I don't have an angle. And if I need to use the sine A over A, right? And then it's equal to sine B over B, right? I don't have this, I don't have this. So I'm missing two pieces of information. I can't solve. Okay? So I can't use the sine line in this case. Okay? Now, how about if I give you this? So I give you angle A, I give you side C, and I give you side A. Can you solve for angle C using the sine law? Yes? Yes. Why? Yes, I have an angle and it's opposite side, right? And then I have this, so I can find this. Perfect. So I can use sine. How about this scenario? I have side C, side B, angle A. Can I use sine law? Can I use sine law? No, why not? You need either an opposite angle to one of the given sides, right? Or you need the opposite side to A, right? And I don't have any opposite angle and side, right? Okay, so far I've seen two cases, this case and this case, and I can't use the sine law. Does that mean I can't solve these triangles? Of course not, because in math we always find a solution, right? And the solution is called cosine law in this case. So if you don't have an angle and its opposite side, then you can't use the sine law, then your choice is cosine law. Okay? So I'm going to skip this page. I don't want to prove to you how they found the cosine law. Why do we care how they found it? Let's see how we can use it. Okay? So here's the cosine law. So on the test, you can use the formula sheets. The formula sheets are located right here. Make sure you return them back to me when you're done. And or on the assignment or on the exam, right? And the formulas are right here. Okay? Can you guys see that? So you see that it gives you the Pythagorean theorem. It gives you the trig ratio, SOHCAHTOA, gives you the sine law, both of them. It gives you the cosine law, all 6 of them. same formula, it's just to give you the different options, okay? We'll talk about all these formulas, okay? But all the formulas, you don't have to memorize them, they're right here, you just have to know which one to use. Is that clear? Okay, now, cosine. So let's say if I have the scenario where the last one that we just looked at, let's say I have side B, side C, and angle A. Okay? If I have this information, what we call this, we call two sides and the contained angle. Contained means it's the angle between the two sides. You see that? I know these two sides, and I know the contained angle. So that's the angle that forms the two sides. Okay? Now what I can solve for this is I can solve for the third side. So I can solve for side A. And the formula is the following. A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC, so 2 times B times C times cosine angle A. So let's see how that formula works. I have side B, correct? I have side C. I have side B, side C, and I have the angle A. So I have all this information because I know this, and I know this. So I can plug the information in here, and I can solve for side A. Now when I do this, it's going to give me A squared. So I have to do an extra step to find A, and we'll talk about it when we get to it. Okay? What is it? So if you find A squared, how can you find just A? Square root. That's right. You square root. All right. Now, what if I have side C and side A, which angle do they need to give me? They have to give me angle B, right? In order to be able to use the cosine law. Because I know these two sides, then the contained angle is angle B. Do you guys understand that? Okay. So, and they give me angle B. What can I solve here? What can I find? Side B. Okay? So you can find side B. What would the formula? B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine B. Okay? No matter what the letters are, if the letters X, Y, Z, you should be able to figure it out. Okay? Follows the same pattern where you have side squared plus side squared minus twice side times cosine A. Now, if I want to find side C, what should they give me? Angle C. Yeah. What else should they give me other than angle C? Side A and B. That's right, because I need to have the two sides and the contained angle. Okay. What would the formula be? AB.
Cos C.
All right. So again, these are the same formulas. We're just using different letters. Okay? have you noticed that, look here, the angle that's given matches the side you're looking for, right? The angle that's given matches the side you're looking for. All right. So this is used when you know two angles and two sides and the angle between them. Now what if I know the three sides? Because we looked at this here and we said if I know all three sides, how do I solve? Right? That's another scenario that I can't use the sine law for. So here it is. The formula come from these formulas, okay? So basically you're isolating for this because you're looking for the angle, okay? So in this case, you know all three sides. So you know side A, you know side B, and you know side C. So you know all of these three sides, okay? What angle do you want to look for? Angle, which one? Doesn't matter. Pick one. Angle A. So let's say if we want to look for angle A. Okay? Which means I have to isolate for this because this is where angle A is. Okay? The formula becomes the following. Cos A equals B squared plus C squared minus A squared divided by 2BC. So it's a matter of picking the right formula, it's a matter of plugging it properly in the calculator. Let's say if I want to find angle B. What do you think the formula will be? So cosine B is? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, I want you to see something. Now the angle A, and then to match the angle A, you're going to subtract A squared. Okay? So this is how you know that you have the right formula. The rest, all the others, don't have A anymore. Okay? So it will be B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. Okay? Remember that the formulas will be given to you, but just in case I give you X, Y, Z. Okay? You need to be able to kind of like change the letters properly. Okay? What would be for angle C? So if I'm looking for angle C, what would it be? Cosine C. It won't be sine, right? Cosine. Yep. Equals. Yeah. Plus what? Yeah. Okay. So, cosine law is used when I have two sides and the contained angle, or when I have all three sides. In an oblique triangle. Can you guys remember that?
Can you say it one more time?
Yes. Cosine law is used when you have two sides and contained angle. Actually, it's written right here. I don't need to write it.
Where is it written?
Right there. So, when two sides and a contained angle, so the angle between the two given sides, or when all three sides are given. All right. If you have an answer, please put your hand up. So I have this triangle, and I have ABC. What did they give me here? What did they give me? Andrew?
Side A, side C, and angle B.
Okay. So I have side A, side C, and angle B. And in this case, can you describe the given information to me? So they gave me all three sides, they gave me a side and an opposite angle, they gave me two sides and a contained angle, two sides and a contained angle. All right. So I can use what law? Cosine law. I'm looking for side B, so I'm looking for this one. And because I'm looking for side B, I have to do B squared equals. Because I'm looking for B. And it's going to be A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine B. So now it's time to put the numbers in the formula. A is equal to 20, so I'm going to put 20 squared. Plus C is 25, so 25 squared, minus 2 times 20 times 25, cosine 48. Now, if you're doing this in the calculators that the good ones, not the backward ones, you can put this whole thing in the calculator as you see it. If you are not too comfortable with doing that, you're going to have to do the following. Eyes on me for a second. You're going to have to find this and write it down. You're going to have to find this and write it down. And then you're going to have to find all of this together and write it down. Okay? A lot of people make mistakes with this part because they don't use BED-BAS properly. If you know that your calculator can fit all of them all together in the proper way, in the proper order, then put them all together in the proper order. If you're using, for some reason, which you shouldn't be, a phone calculator, then you're going to have to do each part separately. Okay? Yes.
Oh, is this right?
So if you put it all in the calculator, what did you guys get? Eyes on me for a second. Yep. Yep. Put it as many as possible because you're going to have to know. Okay. So if I'm looking at this, is that the size of my B, of the B side? No. What is this? That's B squared. That's right. Now, you don't want to forget that to get rid of that square, you have to square root. Okay? When you square root, you get rid of the square, and what do you get the square root of that answer? What is it? 18.8. And that's going to be centimeter. Okay. Now, make sure you enter it in the calculator and make sure that your answer is matching up. Now, what's your final answer? Was it 18.8 exactly? Okay.
One at a time. This entire equation, bro.
The answer should be 18.9. Right? Yes.
Was it 55.92?
What? Okay. Now, the second example, they want you to solve for angle A. What's given to you? The three sides. So I know all three sides. I know side A, I know side B, and I know side C. Naming your sides is important, right? Naming your sides properly is important. So, in this case, as I'm looking for angle A, the formula is going to be cos A equals to So now you see that you can enter the side length, right? As long as you have them correctly labeled, you will not have a problem. Side B is 38, so I'm going to enter 38 for side B. Plus, side C is 26, minus side A is 30. So you have to make sure that you put squares on top of each one of them. And then you have 2 times 38 times 26. Now, again, if you have one of these calculators and you know how to use it properly, you can put this whole thing in the calculator. But if you don't know how to use this properly, which I do highly suggest, that you guys find the answer for the top and write it down. Find the answer for the bottom, write it down, then do your division. I am saving you a lot of mistakes here. Okay? Find the answer for the top for me. I can't, there's too many people talking. Deanna. 1,220? I just want to look at the top. What did you get for the top? 1072
Yes.
for the top? Huh? I think I need a calculator.
I'm just scared.
1220.
That's what I got.
What did you get?
She don't trust you guys. She got her herself.
They are finesse.
1,220.
I just said that. But she don't trust you guys. So like.
This guy has no phone calculator.
Okay. What would be 2 times 38 times 26?
Oh, it's 1,976.
1,976. Okay. Now, this is cos A. Now find 1,220 divided by 1976. That's going to give you a 0.6174.
0.6174.
To 0. What's after the 4? Okay. It's a 0. Okay. Now, is that my angle?
No.
What do I have to do to find my angle?
Cosine.
Cosine inverse. And what's cosine inverse? 52 degrees then? Okay, you guys have to be careful. While you report your answer to me, you have to consider the,
Decimal place, right?
yeah.
Lovely.
Yo, how do you do that thing again?
Shift, cos.
I figured it out.
Okay. And guess why I put it not for kids? Okay. We're just gonna draw this picture together. I'm gonna let you guys solve it, okay? And then I'm gonna photocopy more problems with cosine law that you can use cosine law. And then you have also your homework booklet. You need to practice. If you don't practice this, you would not be able to do it, okay? Just listening to me teaching it is not enough. Solving problems, actually looking at examples. I'll print something similar to what I gave you yesterday, okay? All right, let's look at this question. Guys at the back. My throat is hurting. I can't scream at you. Okay, I agree. Okay. Read the question.
Two hikers set out in different directions on a marked street on the Bush Trail. The angle formed between their paths measured 50 degrees. After 2 hours, one hiker is 6 kilometers from the starting point and the other is 9 kilometers from the starting point. How far apart are the hikers to the nearest tenth of a kilometer?
Thank you. So if you're going to draw this, what would you draw? Okay, can I have 2 volunteers? Yeah,
Up there?
yeah. I need one more. I need one more. You guys are not going to do anything special. Okay. Come. All right. I'm the marked tree. And then these are my 2 hikers. Okay? And then come stand right here in the middle. Okay. Now you're going to head this direction. Go walk toward my. Now, imagine him walking in a straight line. Okay? Now, how many kilometers did you walk?
6.
6.
6.
Okay. I'm gonna walk all the way to the other corner. And Zeph is my second hiker. And how many kilometers did you walk, Zeph? 9. Now, what's special about the two? Like, if I'm gonna draw the triangle,
Yeah.
what would you draw? So you would draw one from me, okay? One toward Prince, one line toward Zeph. Okay, from me to Prince. And that's where the 50 degrees is, right? Because it says here that the angle formed between their path, okay? So they started at my location and they formed an angle of 50 degrees. That's the angle between their path. Thank you guys. You guys can go. Yep. And what are you guys trying to find?
A side.
Guys, one at a time, please.
We're trying to find the line between the length of H1, H2.
That's right. So you're trying to find what's the distance between Prince and Zeph.
Yo, bro, I don't do double stuff.
So you can call it, if you guys want, A, B, and C, just to keep it simple. Okay? We know A is where the tree is. We know B is where hiker 1 is. And this is where hiker 2 is. And we know that after 2 hours, one hiker is 6 kilometers. And the other one is 9 kilometers. Okay? So you're going to solve for this.